right? We're either going to care and accept that women are judged on their past and judged on their innocence and judged on their naivety and judged on these things like it used to be, or we're going to sit and say it doesn't matter, everyone has a past. Well, if everyone has a past, everyone has a past. Who gives a f? Does it really matter?
So
anymore?
What would you do if it was your daughter, though?
But why are you asking impossible questions?
Well, it's not.
Yeah, but it's not impossible, is it? There's always 0.1 percentile. Like what? Like he's just avoiding the question now. Like at the end of the day, like the fact that you're not answering the question kind of proves that it contradicts your whole point about why. Oh, I respect Bonnie Blue. Or you know what? Most women fought for this. YouTube, welcome back to another ROMZ video, and today we got another reaction video that we reacted to. As you guys can see the title, this is going to be it's a very interesting link up, Andrew Tate versus Bonnie Blue in a debate. So this is going to be absolutely crazy. And you know what, Bonnie Blue, we reacted with Grilling with Michelle, and you know Bonnie Blue, she's just lost her son. And Andrew Tate, to be fair, man, he's fell off. He absolutely fell off, man. You know, he used to be on everyone's pages. You know, a lot of people hate him. And my thoughts on him is that he does spit facts, but sometimes he does go over the top. But you know, the thing about hate about Tate, really, it's not even him. It's his fan base as well. That's the thing I hate about it. But before I even get to my thoughts, I just want to say is that, listen, look at the new scenery we're going to do. So I got myself a new chair, a new gaming chair. You guys can see the back, literally right there, and also the green screen as well. So listen, I know you guys be saying, "Oh, ROMZ, where's the backdrop? Oh, ROMZ, yo, background's so shit." Listen, I took the advice, we're leveling up the content, and now the green screen is up to date. And listen, it's the first time using the green screen, so I know you guys can see like corners over there, but there's not much I can do with that one, so you have to make do with it anyway. But as I said, we're leveling up the content, guys. We're going to level up the content. As I said, a lot more content coming on the way, as I said, on the ROMZ channel. And yeah, before we get to the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff as well. And as I said, oh yeah, one more thing as well, I will put the original video actually in the link description, because I know in the ROMZ video actually, with the Jubilee one, someone was saying that, you know, you should put the original video. So I do appreciate it. Shout out to him as well. Like, if you're watching this, shout out to him, because I do appreciate the feedback. So as I said, I'll start putting the original video. So if you guys want to watch it without my reaction, if you guys want to watch it for yourself, I will put in the link in the description for the original videos from now on, all that type of stuff. Or if you guys want to watch me react to it, and I will speak more as well. A lot of people say, oh, you don't really speak too much, I give my commentary. I will give my commentary, don't worry about it. But yeah, anyway, let's get straight into the video.
By the time you finish, I'm going to leave this chair with a wet patch.
Yo, Rob, the world's bring the asteroid.
No, it says wet patch already. Yeah, you know, bro. Get this girl the wet floor side every single time she walks, bro, because she gets wet every single time. Like that, you know, it's only 9 seconds in. I know this is how, oh yeah, before I even continue as well, this is about 2 hours as well. So what I'm going to do is I always break my videos into parts as well. But I'm going to upload them every day. So I just do it every other day. I'll probably upload all the parts every single day, so that you guys, you know, wait another day and all that type of stuff, just to level up the content. But yeah, going back to the thing though, we're wet patch already, bro. Like, yo, listen, like, we're only 9 seconds of the video and it's already getting crazy. Like, what's going on?
Do you think you're a good role model for women?
I'm a clear example of what women have fought for years.
So sleeping with 1,057 men in a day.
It's good work ethic.
We live in clown world, and I just enjoy the circus.
Do you think Andrew Tate is guilty of the charges against him?
You're like, there's no way out for you.
You're so trapped in the matrix.
You're judging me, Andrew.
Feminism is a bullet.
Escape the matrix. Resist the slave mind.
That man has shot.
Do you send your son to Bonnie?
Andrew, I do father and son as well. Brother and brother.
It's all disgusting to me.
I heard they call you Cobra Tate. Are you packing a python?
Bonnie.
I would have killed it to survive.
The entire Western world is women f***ing for money.
Imagine how powerful our baby would be.
Survivor DNA.
So he's tighty.
Yo, if any of you guys are having a baby with Bonnie Blue, and I mentioned it like, yo, you've lost it. You've lost your head. You've generally lost your head.
Why for me?
Next question, huh?
Let me answer then.
What's happening with Lily? You got Obi.
Well, I'll tell you the full story.
Cool. Would I f*** Bonnie for all the power in the world?
Yeah.
This should not. Hold on. Reload that a second. So, Rob, I think the guy who's hosting is Rob Moore, isn't it? The guy I'm watching, really. So he asked, would he fuck Bonnie for money? Does that not, listen, just before, because I know I've seen some Tate clips saying that, you know, oh, you should sell your soul, but does that not contradict what I'm saying, or am I tripping? Like, I think that contradicts. Like, why are you thinking about how much money. Listen, for me personally, as I said, morality over money. I'm going to make a video actually about why morals are so important in the future. In the future, anyway. But honestly, as I said, literally, the fact you're thinking about it,
for all the power in the world.
Yeah. Andrew, what do you think of Bonnie Blue sleeping with 1,057 men?
How honest should I be out of 10?
11.
I want you to be honest.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, go on.
I don't understand why men sit here and try and lecture you about it. I don't understand why men sit here and say you shouldn't do it. It's your body, your choice, right? This is the world we now live in. This is the end result of feminism. You are the perfect end result of feminism. In the world I believe in the conservative, traditionally masculinely ruled world, a man would be in charge of his daughters until they're handed over to their husbands or boyfriends, and there would be a degree of masculine guidance. But feminism didn't want that. You know,
I believe, and you guys already know my take on that. I do believe in traditional relationships for me personally. Like, I do believe, obviously not to the extent where, as I said, like, it's like basically like the woman just always stays at home. But like for me, as I said, traditional, like in terms of like the guy, as us guys, as we said, we should be chivalrous. If you guys don't know what chivalry means, it's basically kind of like being acting good gestures to your woman, like, you know, opening doors, giving her flowers, all that type of stuff now. But let's be honest nowadays, to be fair, and like modern girls nowadays don't really appreciate nice guys, and I do believe the nice guys finish last. Has always stuck to me in that quote, and I do believe that shit. Nice guys do finish last, and it's true. I genuinely think nice guys finish last. Like, I'm not saying you have to be a dickhead, but you just can't be like too easy. You know what I mean? But I do believe in traditional relationships, so I will agree in that aspect. But I think nowadays it's very difficult, you know, to have traditional relationships nowadays. You know what I mean? Because, as I said, most men are not traditional and most women are not traditional. It's just the world's corrupt in itself anyway. So, yeah.
Women complain that men don't want to get married. We did actually want to get married when we got obedient virgins, but they disappeared, and they complained about the patriarchy, and they were tired of us giving them a house to live in and kids to raise, and they wanted to make their own choices. So she's making her own choice. That's a fantastic thing. I actually have a lot of respect for you because you own it and you're honest about it.
What if it was your daughter?
Well, that won't happen.
But
hold on. So you give respect to her for, you know, owning up and stuff like that, but you wouldn't want her to do your daughter. If you respect her so much, would you not want that person to have the same respect, like your daughter to have the same respect like that? I don't have respect for her. I generally don't have respect for Bonnie Blue. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, she's honest, cool. I will give her that. She's a very honest woman, but I don't have respect for her. Like, well, I wouldn't look at her and just respect her. I would just look at her and just be like, you fucked it. Listen, if you, as I said, it's her body, her choice. Like, at the end of the day, like, she gets to do what she wants, but at the end of the day, like, it gets to a point, man. Shame. We need to bring shaming back. We need to bring shaming back, because most people just go, like, you see on social media, most people act like clowns, you know, all that type of stuff. Like, for me, like, and even just on my YouTube videos, I don't want to be them type of people that, you know, see streamers, videos acting like clowns. You know what I mean? I just want to be authentic as possible and kind of give value for you guys at the end of the day. So I think we do need to bring shaming back in that aspect. But she has no shame. She's shameless. She's very shameless.
she's her own person.
I never said my daughter's her own person. I said, I said women want to be their own people. But my point is, there's so many women who go to Magaluf for a weekend and do something very similar, and then they come back to England and get with some guy and start asking for presents from him and talking about how they deserve a traditional relationship and they want to get married and they want a Christmas present and all this bullshit. Most women do exactly what Bonnie does. I don't see you any different than most women. And I'm not saying that in a degrading way.
Most women don't sleep with 1,057 men in a day.
1,000? Does it fucking matter?
I think it does.
It does matter though. Come on, Tate. It does matter though, because let's be honest. Like, for me, it's very, very difficult to find a woman that has like a 2 or 3 body count, in my opinion, in this day and age. But that doesn't mean she's a hoe. She has like 10 body counts, 20 body counts. As I said, I used to think, right, literally that, oh, she has a 10 body count, 20 body count, she's a hoe. She, you know, she's ran through, It's not necessarily true, because you have to look at the context of everything. And I think if you really have the thing where you just think surface level, like, you know, if you look at the context of everything in terms of, like, you know, the body count of, like, she might be in long-term relationships, who knows, or she may have not had the father figure. Is it really her fault? Obviously, she will have to take accountability, but you've got to look at the bigger picture as well. So, at the end of the day, like, for me, I disagree with that, I'll be honest.
I don't really think it does.
There's a massive difference from fucking about 10 people to fucking 1,000 people. I'd rather want my daughter fucking 10 guys than fucking 10,000 guys. You get the picture? Like, she's on the extreme level of feminism. That's what I truly believe. She's extreme. I don't think even liberals even like her. That's how bad it is. I don't think even liberals or feminists. And then, guys, if you guys are watching, you know, He might be more left and the right. I don't really care. Like, just see if I'm right or wrong, because I'm very curious. I don't think even the liberals claim her, and that's how bad it is. Even the liberals wouldn't claim you, so I don't get that. I generally don't get it.
It's all disgusting to me. If I met a woman and she said, I just sucked a dick yesterday, I'd say, well, I find you repulsive. I don't want to sleep with you. Goodbye.
What, so you're only going after virgins?
Well, it's not about only going after virgins, but I think if you're a straight man, the idea of having a bunch of men, a woman that you're with, is pretty repulsive.
But everyone has a past.
But see, this is the kind of shit people say. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Everyone has a past. That's not acceptable. In fact, let's analyze that. Everyone has a past. You're right. Everyone does have a past. It's true. But isn't the primary objective of a man to find a woman with as little past as possible? Would you argue that's one of the precursors to finding a wife? Considering that wives were supposed to be virgins. This was the deal. The reason I'm proud of Bonnie, and I am genuinely proud of you, I like Bonnie. I like what she's doing. Because the deal was...
Are you not contradicting yourself here?
In what way?
Well, you're proud of her sleeping with 1,057 guys, but women should be virgins.
No, I'm saying that the social contract, the construct of society that made family function, was women were obedient virgins and they found a man who provided for them and they listened to that man. Women have then said, we don't like the patriarchy. We're tired of being provided for. We're tired of being taken care of. We don't want to listen to anybody. We want to make our own decisions. That was women and feminism that ended the tradition.
But the thing is, you can blame the women for it, but who created feminism? And I'm not going to say who, because I don't want to get cancelled, but I want to say it's a girl that did it. Like, this is the thing you need to look at. Like, yeah, cool, women want to get their rights and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, who's the one that pushed it? Who's the one that created feminism? Guys wanted to be doing this, man. And so we have to look at ourselves more than the girls. Obviously, the girls take accountability, but we have to look at ourselves as well. That's what I truly believe, man, at the end of the day. Like, I don't get why... it's just women, bashing women. You know what I mean? And this is the problem. And his community as well, like, Tate's community. No disrespect, man. It's just 13, 14 who think, they're too much red pilled and they just think that, yo, you know what, I can claim any girl they want, bro. Like, you're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Family unit. And now women can make their own decisions. So I'm glad that Bonnie's making her own decision.
Yeah,
I'm not here to tell you not to do it.
I take women back 100 years. I'm like, no, I'm the clear example of how to be empowered. I use my body. I do what I want, when I want. And this is the thing you've been banging on about for years. And when I get hate, like when I click on the comments of these women that are like, oh, you're taking us back 100 years. Then in their bio, it says stay-at-home mom of two. I'm thinking, what was you rooting for?
That's
because
right.
you have just stayed
That's
at
right,
home.
Bonnie. See, this is the future.
Yeah.
This is the future. This is fantastic. This is exactly
Is Tate actually being honest? I feel like he's taking the piss, man. I don't believe he's actually
what Western society's headed to. So why are we going to sit here and pretend this is not? Why are we going to sit here and pretend that most women who go on girls' holidays aren't doing something similar to what Bonnie does just because it's not on camera? Why are we going to sit here and pretend?
Well, they're not, though, are they? Like, yeah, they're hoeing around. I'll be honest, it's probably true, but to expect what Bonnie's doing, there's levels to the game. There's levels to the game. There's Bonnie's like final boss hoe. Like, that's what I treat me. She's just final boss hoe, man, at the end of the day. And there's different levels to it. Obviously, I'm not saying it's right. You know what I mean? Like, girls going around doing the thing. But at the end of the day, like, if I had to pick the lesser evil, I would rather have someone that's fucking maybe 5 people than Bonnie fucking 10,000 people out of will. Like, it's ridiculous.
These men who walk around with their wives in the pub in England, and they're like, oh, my wife, yeah, everyone has a past. Oh, no, she's done the same shit. What's the difference? Who gives a fuck, right? We're either going to care and accept that women are judged on their past and judged on their innocence and judged on their naivety and judged on these things like it used to be, or we're going to sit and say it doesn't matter, everyone has a past. Well, if everyone has a past, everyone has a past. Who gives a fuck? Does it really matter?
So
anymore?
What would you do if it was your daughter, though?
But why are you asking impossible questions?
Well, it's not.
Yeah, but it's not impossible, is it? There's always 0.1% out. Like, what? Like, he's just avoiding the question now. Like, at the end of the day, like, the fact that you're not answering the question kind of proves that it contradicts your whole point about why, I respect Bonnie Blue, or, most women fought for this. Well, I'll be honest, I don't think women fought to be like what Bonnie Blue does. I don't think women fought to be what Bonnie Blue does. I do think women were brought to maybe be more promiscuous than what it was back in the day. I will agree with that, but to the extent what Bonnie Blue is, it's an extreme scale. You can't look at that. That's too extreme, in my opinion. Way
not
too
an
extreme.
impossible question.
Of course it is.
How?
It can't happen.
But anything can happen.
It's against the laws of physics.
It's
No, it's
not.
disgusting.
I mean, if your
It's
daughter opened her legs and took 1,000 dicks, it's not impossible.
Of course it is.
What?
Why
I
is
mean,
it
the dicks would
impossible?
enter her pussy, therefore she's taken.
It's literally impossible for my daughter.
What, are you going to be there against your daughter's pussy saying that dick's not entering
No,
it?
my daughter just wouldn't make that decision
But why?
because I still raise her in a household where she is masculinely guided, and she will be guided by me until I hand her over to some other man. However, I believe when women are left to their own devices, they will only ever make stupid decisions.
Was mine a stupid decision?
I wouldn't say it's any more stupid than most decisions women make, to be honest with you. I think that most women, to some
Go back to what
degree,
you're saying. It only ever makes stupid mistakes. I wouldn't say it's only ever. I would say I will agree that, like, as women, they do need like a father figure or brother to like kind of like guide them. I do believe in that, but I wouldn't say that if they didn't have that, I wouldn't say all the time that they will make mad mistakes. I do think they will, but I wouldn't say it's all the time. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're saying is only they will. I wouldn't say 100% of the time. Maybe majority will, but at the end of the day, there's still those women out there that, you know, they haven't been brought up with any father figure, but they're still like a really good, like not traditional, but like, you know, get the picture. Like they're not like hoes. They're respectful women. So
we are sex workers anyway. Like,
I mean, yeah.
let's be honest about it, right? Most women look at Miami or Dubai. What's your job? Oh, I've got a boyfriend. So your job is being a girlfriend. And why does he give you money? Because you give him sex. So most women are sex workers anyway, to be honest.
But isn't
I mean-
that what you said the family unit was?
Well, then you're a sex worker with one customer. You know, which is nice. I guess it's better. It's more efficient.
But what about if you're raising children? That's not sex work, is it?
No, that's being a mother.
Yeah.
All right, so that's interesting, Rob. Rob said this, not me. So they're either virgins, sex workers, or mothers. Are those the three
I
categories?
think you're putting words into my
I
mouth.
think that's what Rob just said.
I'm
Those
just-
are the three categories.
I'm just sat in the middle.
And women have to choose to be one of them.
So is that what you think?
I think that when a woman becomes a mother, she has a purpose. And I think that women should be having children as soon as possible. And I think it gives their life a direction. And I think it's the most important thing to preserve society, especially if you want to talk about geopolitics and talk about race and all of these things. If you want to have a country that looks like the country it used to be, you need to have the original people from there having children. I think all of that is true. Absolutely. I think every day a woman goes without having kids is primarily a waste of time. But once again, what does it matter what I think? Rob, I've given up. Rob, I've given up trying to save the world. I've
No, you
given up.
ha- no, you
no,
haven't.
Rob. I've
No,
given
you
up.
haven't.
I've given up on misogyny and all this
No,
shit.
you haven't.
They attacked me with the
yeah, he's taking the piss, man. Like, there's no way she. Oh, this is not the tate I really would have thought it was gonna happen. And you see what I mean, man? I don't know what's happened to this guy, bro. He's got to be trolling. Because I would have thought he would have came into like, yo, you know what, bro? Like, you're a hoe, you're slag, you're this, you're that. Like, I thought he was gonna be bashing her, but the fact that he's actually defending that, he's doing it for content. He has to be doing it for content at the end of the day. But then again, it contradicts what you're saying though, because all the times I've seen past clips of him saying that, you know, you shouldn't give up, you should always fight. You fight the Matrix, all this stuff, and now he's doing the same thing. What, you know, he's kind of like saying he's given up, which I don't think he has. He's saying he's given up. And, you know, kind of like acting different. Like, this is not, this guy, I think he's just agreeing for agreeing's sake. Like, what's going on?
Matrix, they keep throwing me in jail. I am now all for women empowerment. I think women should run around as many men as they want. I like what Bonnie's doing. She's getting the bag. She's getting rich. Most girls out here don't want to have kids. They just want to get Birkin bags and Instagram likes. Good.
I disagree with that. I still generally think most people would want to have kids. I don't agree most people don't want to have kids. I don't agree with that.
Good. I'm a feminist, a pro-feminism. This is the world now. How the world's going to end up, who cares about the future? Doesn't matter.
See, women go around, use sex to their advantage, but then are happy to cry about it straight away, saying, oh, he took advantage of me. And it's like, you're the one that wanted to do sex to have like the job promotion, or you're the one that wanted to have sex to get more attention or try and be more liked, but then they cry about it. And that's what I get frustrated about. And even with porn stars, like people in my industry, they'll do this for a few years, get the money, get the boob jobs, get the house. And then suddenly they go, oh my God, I was forced into the industry. Oh my God, someone took all my money.
Have you ever considered a job as a lawyer? Because I could do with you. You're 100% right. So this is the false dichotomy of society, right? So this is the reason when I said I like what Bonnie does, because Bonnie completely 100% owns what she does. And she says, it's my decision. And I've seen people try and lecture you. I've seen people sit there and try and lecture you and say like, oh, but you're a creature of God and you shouldn't be doing this. No, you should do whatever you want.
Exactly.
It's up to you to do whatever you want. And you're not saying anybody tricked you into it. It's your decision. And let's be honest, when they talk about taking women back 100 years, let's actually be very honest here, Rob. No disrespect.
No disrespect.
There's always whores.
It's the oldest profession.
Ancient Rome had whores.
I agree with
There's
that.
always been.
I do agree with that, to be fair. There's always been hoes, like, since the beginning of time and stuff like that. And it's just that, but that then, at least with that, obviously social media wasn't a thing, so it would have been publicised. And it wasn't as common, but now, like, let's be honest, it's more common. Like, hoes is just more everywhere. Like, you guys will see in your area, man, you know at least one person that has been running around doing some mad shit, bro. Like, you know one person.
The Aztecs had. You think there weren't concubines in the fucking Ming dynasty sucking little Chinese pee-pee? Of course there were. There's always been. It's the oldest profession in the world.
Exactly.
So do you think it's a legitimate job?
Well, I mean, no, check her bank. I'm sure she's making loads of money. So here's where do you draw the line? If we're going to live in this false dichotomy, because the world was very simple once, not too long ago. And men had this terrible misogynistic view, which I, of course, don't agree with, that women can't make their own decisions because they're naturally chaotic. And when women decide anything, life's
the piss, man.
In fact, these men in their disgusting, these men in their disgusting misogyny believed if you gave women the vote, we'd end up with open borders and drag queen story hours. So they didn't give women the vote. Then they did give women the vote, and society took a particular direction. But when men were in charge of things, women didn't have to worry about what they can do with their life because their father took care of it and then their husband took care of it. But now we live in a brand new world where women can make all of their own decisions. And the path she's chosen, I don't think is any different than most paths women take. I think she's just more honest about it and more upfront about it. If you're going to go to Dubai,
But most women would even. Because I know some people who are going out being hoes. I know they wouldn't be about body blue status, man. Like, I don't know why he's thinking that he's categorizing Body Blue and Lily Phillips to most girls. Like, that's my thing I don't like, is that literally they're both literally bosses. They're both like final bosses, while the rest of women is mostly there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. They're not. It's not the same. For me, it's not the same. I don't get it.
And meet a girlfriend, and you think she hasn't been for money the entire time she was living in Dubai, then you're an idiot. If you're in Miami and you got girls on your boat and you think they're not for money all of the time, now they may not say per hour, but they'll be a guy they barely like to get the rent paid, or they're a guy they barely like because he has a car.
Yeah.
So women are for money all the time anyway. That's all women do now. The entire Western world is women for money.
Minority of women, I will say. It is true, but a lot of women nowadays, like, you see the Instagram pictures, man. I'm sure you see the memes where it's like Miami, Barbados, all these types of areas, yeah. And like, let's be honest, man, she's been going around, like, she's been passed around, like, you know what I mean? So, going back to the thing is that I still think it's a minority. Just because maybe hang around with all those women all the time, you might be thinking that, oh, that's every woman. It's not true, guys. I promise you guys, it's not true. I used to think this. I used to thought, you know what? Oh, most girls are hoes, but you actually look at it, they're not really. Like, there's just because if you live in Miami, let's be honest, if you live in Miami, Dubai, like, you're going to be surrounded by girls like that, OnlyFans girls, porn stars, strippers, all a lot, right? You're going to think that, yo, listen, yeah, most girls are like this, but in reality, it's not. In reality, most girls are still, I want to say they're not virgins. Most people are not virgins anyway. But I'm saying that at least most girls, they won't be fucking for money. They would either just be, doing their thing, or they're just, I don't know. But like, they get the picture that they're not fucking for money. That's still a minority. It is way more of a minority than a majority, in my opinion. Way more.
So how hypocritical would it be for me to sit here and say Bonnie, who's honest, who monetizes it directly with her own media empire, who's upfront about it and makes money from it, is a worse person than the girl who walks around like she's goody two-shoes and then sucks in a Magaluf toilet. Because that's what most girls are doing anyway. Mm-hmm. Rob, the world's... They're all like this. Rob, they're all the same.
Are you trying to say I'm not special now?
No, I'm saying you're special, actually, because you've gone so far through. You've come out as the queen of it. Congratulations.
Yeah. But didn't you say this kind of thing is the demise of Western society?
I mean, if I was a misogynist, I would believe this is the final end result of feminism, and the end times are here, and that nobody's going to have kids anymore, and that the idea of a beautiful marriage between a man and a woman is now completely gone. I mean, if I was a disgusting misogynist, but since they keep...
But you don't have one beautiful marriage, do you?
No, I don't.
Damn. He's getting cooked, man. Oh, listen, the host Rob Moore's going in. He's like, yo, you don't have a marriage now. Okay, now this is starting to cook up a little bit, man. I can't let you go in there.
I don't.
Have you slept with 1,057 women?
At least.
So are you quite similar?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because it's the male's prerogative to impregnate as many females as possible. This is the masculine prerogative. This is biologically my prerogative is to do that.
I think we should do it.
I do agree that just on that point, because what Mo says is a really good point. And it's, as I said, what I will say is that I will agree a little bit on what Tate said, because as I said, we are actually biologically hardwired to, like, you know, spread our seed. But it doesn't make it right. For me, it still doesn't make it right to be going around hoeing. As a guy, this is for guys and girls. It doesn't make it right for you to go fuck as many girls as possible, and it doesn't make it right for the girl to fuck as many guys. And the funny thing is as well, to be fair, and that's the one double standard I think we have on the woman, is that at least with us, like, we could get away with being a hoe. We can get away with, like, fucking as many people. Like, most people would be like, if I told the man them, yo, I got 300 bodies, you know what I mean, all raw, you know, back shots, all that type of stuff. And the man would be like, yo, they're dapping me up, bro. They'll be going messaging in the group chat like, yo, who's this? I'll be sending the videos, all that type of stuff. But if it was a girl, yo, they'll be called a slag, a hoe. She'll be deemed for it. And there's a lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people don't talk about that. So that's the one double standard I'll say we do have. That
Breeding competition. We'll see if you can get a girl pregnant quicker than I can get pregnant.
Well, I mean, that'd be a good competition. I think I'd win. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one, but it's interesting because you have to look at society. When you look at these things, you have to look at society from an animalistic perspective and a societal perspective. From the animalistic perspective, it is the masculine imperative to get as many women as possible pregnant.
Yeah, but
if you want to be purely
it's
animalistic,
not 1,512.
No, but let's be purely animalistic. Let's talk about this like professionals. If a man is high value, high testosterone, alpha male, whatever you want to call him, right? His imperative is to impregnate women. And he wants to take care of those women and take care of those kids. He's not overly interested in the kids. It doesn't mean he doesn't love them. It means he doesn't want to sit there and play with them all day. When you see a man who wants to play with a baby all day, that man is probably gay. It's boring.
Well, it doesn't mean he wants
to... Not necessarily, man. Nah, I wouldn't say that's gay. How is that gay for taking... Okay, so I guess it's gay for me to be prioritizing my kid. If I'm not doing anything, if I got no work, no nothing like that, and then my wife's doing something else, to say gay for me to be playing with my kid. Like, listen, no, that's fine. I guess I'm gay. I guess you guys are gay as well, because I guess you guys agree. That's what I'm saying.
The kid.
No, he's gay. He's gay.
He's not gay.
So real men just want to pregnant, money, cool. See you an hour a week. Boom, boom, boom. Now, there's a lot of men who are going to disagree with me on that, but those are a lot of men I can beat shit out of, so I don't give a fuck. That's the truth of it.
What?
There's a lot of men who are going to disagree with me on that, but those are a lot of men I can beat shit out of, so I don't give a fuck. That's the truth of it. The female imperative is to find a man who's obsessed with her so that when she gets pregnant, she's going to have protection and provision when she's not capable of looking after herself. That is the female biological imperative and the masculine biological imperative. I'm still living to my biological imperative to some degree. If I were to, let's say, have 4 or 5 women and I had kids with 4 or 5 women and I took care of 4 or 5 women and I was with all of them and they were exclusively only with me and we had children over and over and over again, that's my biological imperative. It's actually against the female biological imperative to do what Bonnie is doing, I would argue, traditionally. But that means you break paradigms. That's great. But feminism and society and this brand new societal conditioning is convincing women that what they're supposed to do, which is find a man they love and be obsessed with him and get pregnant from him, is the wrong thing to do. Well, then let's all just become sex workers now.
But you disagree with that feminist program.
I don't have an opinion, Rob, because I have 14 criminal cases. I don't have an opinion. I'm just here. I'm a commentator. I'm just commentating.
Commentators have opinions.
I don't have an opinion. No, I don't have an opinion. Women can do whatever they want. Women are fantastic. We live in this great society now where women are girl bosses and better than us, while also are equals at everything, while also everything they do they regret was a man's fault somehow, as Bonnie described. They were tricked into it. So we live in this impossible situation where a man can't possibly win anyway, no matter what opinion he has. But I'm just saying it would be unprofessional and hypocritical of me to sit here and think that Bonnie is doing anything different or anything bad or anything wrong when she does the same thing 99.9% of Western women do anyway.
See, like 99.9% though, you know that's just not true though, is it? You just know that's not true. Like, I need to bring up the receipts right now. Run up the receipts right now, because I want to see this. 99.9%. That's like, you know when you get like those little surface cleaners, yeah, the spray ball says kills 99% of bacteria. That's the same procedure, bro. Like, you know that's bullshit, bro. Like, it's the same procedure with this, man. You're telling me, yeah, 99.9% of women are basically hoes like Body Blue. You're taking the fucking piss, bro. I'm not even trying to be like a girl. I'm not even trying to, like, you know, side with the girls all the time, bro. But even me, I gotta say that's crazy. 99.9%. You're telling me only 0.1%, yeah, are literally faithful or virgins, whatever you want to say in your definition. Crazy, wild.
Okay, so Bonnie,
you get one extreme to the next. You get the women like me that are just sluts, and then you get the others that are lazy and won't even get on their knees and give a blowjob.
And they're sluts too. No, but this is the thing. They're sluts too. They're sluts for a different guy, or they're sluts for their ex, and they're not sluts for the new guy. These women are sluts too. It's all the same.
So I used to be a full service sex worker, like an escort, and I used to judge men that cheated. And then when I actually started speaking to these men, I was like, you know what? They've got a point. They're going to work. They're looking after their kids. They're still emptying the dishes because the wife's now refusing to do that, saying it should be equal. And then I say, well, when's the last time she gave you a blowjob? When's the last time she f***ed you? They couldn't name it. They couldn't even list the amount of times where they've had sexual intercourse. I'm like, of course you're going to need that. Of course you're going to cheat. So how can I ever say women are anything but lazy and poorly educated?
so do you think you're a good role model for women?
I'm a clear example of what women have fought for years. Of
What?
taking control of your body.
Correct.
Being independent. I earn my own money. I don't rely on a guy. I'm
Girl
paid
power.
Exactly. I'm paid more than other
100%.
guys.
100%.
Do you think
She is a clear example of what women have been fighting for years. Absolutely correct.
And now they've
I'm
got
not
it,
going to
they're
sit here and
crying.
lecture you about God. I'm not going to sit here and no, that's all. She is a clear example of what
I
women
think
have
what this interview is unfolding so far, 15 minutes into the video. I think Tate's he's just taking the piss, man. I think I could see this for the next 2 hours, man. He's just gonna be like saying, you know what, you're right. I just think this is gonna be one of them ones. But I'm sorry, man. I don't think women fought to be like fucking about 10,000 men in an hour or 24 hours. I don't think it's to that extent. Like, come on, man.
been fighting for years.
Yeah.
Women believe that they can do whatever they want.
do you
Men-
think they should be able to?
Listen, brother, I have 14 criminal cases. I don't want to be called a misogynist by the BBC. That would break my heart. That's not up to me. We're all individual sovereign people, and we make our own decisions. If women want to run around and do whatever they want to do, it's up to them. My point is, all women, on some scale, are doing what Bonnie Blue is doing. However, Bonnie Blue's just the best at it. She's the best. She's the queen of it. So why? It's
Not all women are doing
Let me ask you a
that,
question. Let me ask you a question. If a man walks into Starbucks and steals a chocolate bar, he's a thief. Yeah, you correct?
Not in London.
Well.
It's legal.
Yeah. And if a banker manages to liquidate a ton of stock illegally in the stock market or rip off a bunch of people with a false investment fund, whatever it is, he's a thief, right? The morality is the same, whether you're stealing from the Wall Street or you're stealing from Starbucks. The morality of it is the same. But people will sit there and argue that the banker is somehow worse than the guy who stole the chocolate bar because of how much he stole. I wouldn't argue there's a difference in morality. There's a difference in capability. But the morality is the same. The banker's just smarter.
I'm just a clever.
You're just very good. She is very good at what she's decided to do. If you're going to be a and most women watching this and most men, hello, your wife, yeah, her, they're all anyway. If you're going to be a no disrespect, you may as well be fucking good at it. Get a media empire, get rich, let everyone know your name, and get paid. Why are you going out to the pub, getting drunk?
For me, like, this is just, for me, like, this interview so far, man, this is not how it should. This is going to influence more women to be like this, and this is just for me. While we're just as a society, as a human race, where we're cooked, we're absolutely cooked, and this contradicts what he's been saying for the past how many years. It's been viral. Like, you should be traditional, you should be, the world shouldn't be like this, all this type of stuff, yeah. And now he's actually encouraging women to be like Bonnie Blue. It doesn't like. And yeah, he might be doing it for clicks, but it still contradicts himself. Like, he literally contradicts himself from what he's saying from previous ones. I don't. This is the thing I don't get. Like, at least listen. If you're like this from the start, like, you know, where you were uncontroversial, that type of stuff, cool, fair enough. You know, you're being consistent. But then you're going from, you know, yeah, escape the matrix. You know, fuck them, fuck all the governments, all this type of stuff. Yeah, and then now it's like, you know what? You go, girl. You know what? You fuck 10,000 people in the next 24 hours. You know what? Make your bag. You know, get 100 bags. You know what? Go ahead, do that. make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like for me, this is the thing, man. We can't promote this shit. And I do, this is the scariest thing. I do believe people will start to get more honest about this, and there might be more body blues coming on the way very soon in the next 5-10 years. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've got to a point where, like she's broken. Like, she's absolutely broken. And instead of just encouraging her, you need to listen. For me, you just got confronted. Like, listen, cool, you're doing what you need to do, but this is wrong. It's morally wrong at the end of the day. Like, they didn't do it. And then going back to what he's saying in terms of the analogy he said with the bank and the guys that speaks to chocolate. Yeah, cool, the morale is the same, but there's levels to it. I still do think the morality of the level is different. Because at least with the body blue, it's not only that she's doing it, she's promoting it, encouraging other people to do it. That's the thing I don't like. I said she's doing it behind closed doors. She don't really promote it. I wouldn't like it, but at least like, okay, cool. She's doing her own thing. She's not promoting it, but she's promoting on social media. She's promoting everything to be like, you know what? I'm just the one that's the end of times of feminism. I don't think even feminism want this, but it goes back to my thing. I don't think even liberals or people or all the girls that are pushing feminism even like her like that. That's how bad it's gone. You're going to treat it too much of an extreme, and that's the problem. There's no middle ground. And it goes back to my other video in terms of there's no middle ground. Like, there's no middle ground between, like, yeah, women want to have their rights, cool, whatever, but at least not to the point where they're going to be out hoeing about 10,000 guys in 24 hours. You get the picture? So that's what I truly believe. Like, this should be something that you should drill in our mind, but I guess it's just more of a troll. He's just trolling.
Being a man who's funny and getting fucked in a toilet for free. Are you dumb?
They are, though. Women are stupid.
They're stupid. So Bonnie's just the smartest. She's the Wall Street banker of this whole shit. I respect that much more than these other girls. Rob, I grew up in Luton, England, bruv. You think I don't know? You think I haven't seen it? You think I haven't walked in the toilet and some bitch has got 5 dudes hanging out of her? This is the Western world. This is feminism. This is what all you white boys wanted. All you white men listening to women all the time, women get to opinions all of a sudden. This is what you built. Congratulations.
So you blame men?
Well, 100% I blame men, because everything's men's fault, because men are the only ones who can apply force to...
Okay, this is one thing I will agree. I do agree with that. Men are mostly the problem than women. Because I believe in the hierarchy, as I said. If men are not... I keep saying it. If men are fucking up, women are going to fuck up as well. Because that's how the hierarchy goes. Like, we do live in a hierarchy, and people want to say, we should all be equal in the day, but we do live in a hierarchy. So you can like it or love it. It doesn't matter what you can do. We live in a hierarchy, okay? We do live in a hierarchy. So, as I said, like, if men are fucking up, women are going to fuck up as well. So you got to blame the men. You got to blame the men for it.
Scenarios. Women can't apply force. Men apply force. If there's something we don't like, we apply force to the situation. We could force this away. We could force most things away. So everything's absolutely men's fault. And this came from, the feminism and the women's sexualization and the liberation, a lot of it came from beta males hoping to get some. That's what it came from. Bunch of weak men, though. If we told girls to be, I might get a little bit. Because the natural order of the universe is the big gorilla, top G, smart. I'm smart. The big gorilla, top G, has a bunch of women, and then the small gorilla has nothing. This is the natural order of the universe. It's actually kind of still like that in many ways. There's a guy with the yacht with 10 wives.
True. I will agree with that. Like, as I said, I think most guys nowadays are struggling with women nowadays. I do believe that. Like, guys nowadays, like, I saw on Instagram, I don't know how true this is, some guy, to fair, he did look chopped, but let's just use an example. Yeah, he swiped on 2 million times on Tinder, right? You know, he swiped left and right, left for no, right for yes. He swiped right so many times and he only got 1 day out of it, 1 successful date. Do you know how crazy that is? We just got 1 in 2 million chance of getting a date. Do you know how crazy that is? Like, us for guys, we're cooked, bro. I'll be honest, we are cooked, because the hierarchy that the 1% is 22% are taking most of the women. I do believe that. They're taking most of the women. Because I think women's standards now are too high, and I don't really blame them for it. It goes back to me blaming the men, but their standards are crazy, bro. Like, an average guy don't meet their standards. Like, average guys at 5'8", they're a bit overweight, they're not athletic, they don't really have much money to their name, they're not really chivalrous or respectful. Well, actually, I'll give them maybe the chivalrous, respectful maybe, but you get the picture. Like, they don't have the requirements for like the average woman now in this day and age. But back then, yes, but nowadays their standards have gone up, and we've just gone down. You know what I mean?
And then there's a guy with no yacht, with no wife. It's kind of like that. But beta males didn't like that because they couldn't obviously compete with the top guy. So they've tried to push this sexual liberation, hoping to get a little bit. Probably works a little bit, but society is destroyed by extension. If you want to look at society for what it is, because what is society? Anything other than rearing and raising children. That's what society should be, I would argue. Society should be, the primary function of it should be, let's have kids so that we have a population. We have a population collapse in the West.
Yeah, I think they should have a choice. I before used to think, oh my God, I really want kids, I want a family. But it's because I was so naive to what else was open to the world. I just thought, okay, I need to get married, I need to, have children, I need to get a good job. And that was what I thought life was. And then I was like, there's so much more to life rather than just staying in that, finishing school, going to uni, getting married, buying a house. And you just copy everyone else. Like half we do is because someone else has done it.
Okay, Bonnie, so let me ask you a question. I agree with you that now that we've opened up female horizons with education, with jobs, with the capability of making money, with Instagram and all these offers they get to fly around the world and all these things, women don't want to have kids, or they want to have kids later because they have a lot more options. I agree with you. But would you argue, if you were to look at it selflessly, not about the ant, but about the ant farm at large, that keeping women's horizons more narrow so they focused on rearing children would be better for society than the current society we're in, where we have to import a whole bunch of knows who's into the country to try and maintain a population because the white people aren't even having any kids because the white women are too busy sucking dicks in Magaluf.
Did you understand that?
To a certain degree, but I also couldn't give a shit. The world's going to shit anyway. So whether or not we've got more kids in it or not, it's fucked regardless. So just live your life the best. You're going to be dead in however many years anyway.
Fair.
So don't stress too much.
Fair. And this is...
You know what? I'll be honest, I do agree with that, on that one. Like, it's got to a point, it's not an individual thing to make the world better. It's more of a collective issue. And I know the way this world's going, I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. So, as I said, man, just live your life. If she really wants to do what she does, I'm not telling her she has to stop doing it. I'd prefer her to stop, but who am I to be telling her? Like, I'm just a random guy, right, at the end of the day. Like, everyone's got free will to do what she wants, but the consequence that comes with it, I don't want it to be... Thing is, she can't be mad if she's doing what she's doing and expect to get no hate or some people being jealous of her, which if you're jealous of her, then you need to grow up, man, as a woman. Stop doing that. So, that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
This is what I like about Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue is my favorite. This is my favorite everything. Fair. Because what you just said, I understand and I agree with.
But it's selfish.
Yeah. But what have I said?
Why should I not?
Yeah, but the thing is about selfish. Everyone's selfish, though. I'll be honest. Everyone is selfish, and people think the term selfish is always deemed negatively. I don't think it's that negative. Everyone is selfish. I'm selfish. You guys are selfish. I'm watching. Everyone is selfish to some extent. I don't want to hear this, I look out for others. No, everyone is selfish to their own needs. If you especially want to be successful, especially want to achieve your goals, you have to make sacrifices. By definition, if you make sacrifice of something, you're being selfish because you put your needs over other people's needs. So everyone is selfish. Everyone is selfish. So it is what it is. I don't think being selfish is really a bad thing. I don't think so.
Why should I give a shit about someone else that pays less tax than me?
I see. This is the thing. I will agree with Bonnie on that one. I don't blame her for not being for being selfish. She can be selfish if she wants to.
Sits there, complains, makes shitty TikToks about me. Like, I couldn't give a shit if your life's going shit. By the looks of it, you live in a council house. You've got a couple of kids with different dads. I don't care. So why should I sit there and think I should do something?
I will give her that. That's actually funny. I say a council house with a couple of different dads. That is crazy. Probably a Jamaican dad as well, man. She's white. Definitely a Jamaican dad.
To help you. I don't care. I should focus on myself. And if more people did that, the world would actually be a better place. But they become so fixated on other people. I'm like, where's your life? Why are you not focused on yourself?
I agree with that. I will agree with that.
Like, look in the mirror. You're fat. Go and do something about it. Your teeth have that much plaque on it. Like, you're fucked. Like, there's no way out for you.
No, but what
is this a good role model?
No, yes, because what Bonnie...
Oh my God, man. Yo. Nah. I will give her. She is quite funny. I'll be honest. But still, you can't. You can't be saying
important
that
here, and it's not about what she's saying. It's about the general attitude. Because what I want to make clear, the reason society was run by men for so long is that men have a different biological instinct to women, and we're prepared to suffer for the greater good. Women are not very good at suffering. Men are good sufferers.
Look back at the wars. There's so much evidence of it.
Well, of course. And also, let's just look at the normal family. You talked about these men who come and see you, right?
Yeah.
But happy wife, happy life is true. And the reason it's true is because if the wife is unhappy, everyone's miserable because she'll make sure of it. But if the man's unhappy, everyone else can be happy. He'll suffer. He'll sit with no sex. He'll go to work every day.
Yeah.
He won't see his friends. He'll be miserable. He'll be depressed. He'll still pay the bills. He'll still pay the taxes, and everyone else gets to be happy. Men are good at suffering. Women are spiteful sufferers. And for that reason, they struggle to do anything. They struggle to suffer themselves for any greater good. Men have always died for a greater good. Men have always said, this is bad for me, but it's good for society. Bonnie just quite correctly, quite pertinently highlighted the fact that she believes in living her life the best way that she wants to live so she is happy. And I agree with you. That's what you should do. That's fine. If you're a woman, that's how women think. Women don't think I shouldn't do this because I care about society by and large. Women don't think that way. And once you understand that logic, you can extrapolate that out to the fact that women shouldn't be in charge of a country ever, because women are not prepared to take a bullet for a country ever.
I mean, I guess I contradict myself a little bit because I help society out a lot. And I do that because
Did she really just say that? Well, let's say a piece, and then I want to see what she said.
you see how many dicks I drain? How many balls I've been emptied out on my face? How many pies I've taken and scooped it out? Like,
And how does that help society?
sex workers help like reduce rape rates by over 30%.
That sounds like a stat you just made up.
No, Google it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Mental health, it's good for mental health as well. It
The
stops
true
men
fact is
killing themselves.
32%.
Yeah, stops men killing themselves, sex work. Because sex work's an important part of the world.
Where did this come from? Like what? Guys, come on, let's be honest. Let's be real. Like, what's going on here? What is actually going on here?
So imagine like if you're
Are you
a
saying that because
rapist.
you had a webcam business?
I'm not saying that because I had a webcam business.
Damn.
I'm saying that because it's absolutely and utterly true. The only point I was making earlier about women being in charge, I was actually trying to get to a final point. And the final point I would argue is that Bonnie has done no damage to society compared to giving the women the vote.
I've basically been a community worker.
Absolutely.
For example,
do you vote?
Not to be honest, I don't really know what's going on.
Okay, so do you vote?
No.
Okay, she's perfect. she's out here. She's sucking
Iron
dick.
wife material.
She's sucking. She's not voting.
All right, man. That's me part one finished, done and dusted, man. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. That was part one of the Bonnie Blue versus Andrew Tate. Well, it's probably Bonnie Blue and Tate versus Rob Moore at this point, because I don't see where they're disagreeing at the moment. I just think they're taking the piss. They're taking the piss, actually. I don't know if the screen actually looks better, but actually no, I'm going back to normal screen. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the setup as well. As I said, let me know in the comments down below. I know you guys saw some comments about the feedback on the reaction videos. I said keep doing it, guys. At the end of the day, I'm not sensitive. I can take some feedback. So any feedback if you want me to improve on anything or any good feedback as well, that'd be much appreciated. But anyway, before we go, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff as well. As I said, road to 100 subs. And yeah, I'll see you guys for part 2. Peace.